Breaking news.
Drama! Yes, drama when it comes to Manchester United.
It's all kicking off.
Man United won't break the bank for him. And if Man United won't break the bank for him, they've got other targets.
Ineos are placing demands on Michael Carrick. Of course, if you're going to be the interim head coach of Man United, that's going to come with expectation. But these guys are saying you must get Champions League. As a snapshot, you go, yeah, of course, Man United needs to be getting Champions League. What are we, joint sixth or something like that? You know, 1 point above Chelsea, you know, this, that, and the other. Trying to get into that top 5/top 4. Not many points in it. You got to get it. But are you going to help him? Are you going to give him some players? Are you going to take into account the situation that he's in? Is this possible, guys? You look at this Man United team, and now we're into a little bit of the land of unknown because it's under Carrick and we've never seen that before. But we're also in the land of the known. And the land of the known is asking these players, where a lot of them have a severe lack of quality. A lot of people laugh at our players. A lot of people say, look at them, quality's on the floor. But then we're in a position where we've got to put expectation on them. But there's one game a week. You're out of everything else. You've got a full complement of players, nearly, apart from Matthias de Ligt and obviously with Managerial being at AFCON with Morocco. You're nearly at a full squad. And there's only one game a week. So you should be able to get it. Look at the league. Everyone's being inconsistent. So what I want to know from you guys is that really realistic? It's one thing in you're saying, you better bring us that. But have they set Michael Carrick up to fail by doing this halfway through the season? Not even giving him any players to freshen things up where we know we need extra players. But the league's bad. Is it about par? Let me know. Smash a like on the video, man. You lot get involved in the comments. Welcome back to United View. Welcome to another transfer view / head coach view / interim view / beginning of Michael Carrick view. You know what I'm saying? And make sure the likes aren't disgraceful. I will say that.
Yes.
Owen, they've been slacking.
Wow, there's been a lot to talk about, the last few days, isn't there? But before we get into this morning, Flex, before we get into Champions League, whether it's possible, we've got to take a pause for the cause. Because I know that sometimes, health is wealth, and getting into that exercise spirit, getting into that kind of optimized spirit, it can be rough. Isn't that right? Actually, you're ruining your moment. You're eating the...
No.
You're eating the... It can be rough, but you can get optimized, And unlike Manchester United, this won't be an interim change. This is going to be permanent, and this is how.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA, and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings, and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover, and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. 2 of our own, OWEN, lost over 100 pounds in 10 months, and KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds, and Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds, and Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, as always, you can scan that QR code right. Trying to put the
Asher's in the way. Asher can do it. Get Asher to do it.
Right there. I know. There. You can scan the QR code. You can save up to 70% off your first order. You can get your Optimum Day, which is good for your weight loss goals. You can get your Optimum Boom. Right. And actually, you got to go back there. You're just turning into a lump. There.
Ashley's moving mad. Not helping at all. She's thinking it's a roller coaster. She's like,
literally. You can get your Optimum Night, which is good for your restorative sleep. You can get them individually or any which way you please. You can stack them anywhere you like. You can get optimized there as always. Links in the video description below. It's pinned in the chat as well. All right, Ash, you can go down now. You've had your moment. And remember, you come back for super chats. You've already established it. She did that yesterday. She only comes on camera for super chats. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Exactly. That's she knows her worth, which is good.
Speaking of super chats, there's 2 straight away.
Oh, let's go on.
Akin says, "Why give him a Champions League target if he's just the interim?"
Well,
a Champions League target because
not just that, Fleck. Not just that. He's not an interim. Did you notice?
Oh yeah. The word's not in there.
He is not an interim. Michael Carrick is the Manchester United head coach until the end of the season.
But it's saying until the end of the season. It's saying you're only the coach until.
Well, it's your contract, isn't it? It's your contract. You know.
But really, are we being? I think we're being. Obviously, we want to see the word interim, but it says until the end of the season, so it doesn't matter. At the end of the season, that position stops. They'd have to give him a new position if they do the fuckery of.
I think it's of the mindset, perhaps, like, you know, when Ralph Rangnick was the interim, and a bit like when Rafa Benitez was interim at Chelsea, there is a kind of stigma that comes with the interim title, and even
the name interim.
Even subconsciously, as a player, do you take someone as seriously as an interim rather than the full head coach? But the problem is, this is semantics. He is the interim. Head coach.
He is the interim head coach, and even if you prefer when you just say head coach at the end of the season versus interim, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah. Whatever his role is now is not going to be his role at the end of the season, because that's when it all stops. Now, whether they go on to do the madness of give him a new contract and make him permanent, we have to wait and see. I don't think they will, but stranger things have happened.
Okay? You know what it's like? It's like when someone goes on maternity leave and then someone comes in, and like the person that goes on maternity leave is marketing manager. And the person that comes in, they're like, right, they're the new marketing manager. And you go, but until this person comes back. So you kind of are, you make the decisions that they would make, but
you are in their absence. In the absence of a real manager, no disrespect to not real man, that's disrespectful. In the absence of a permanent manager, you are the manager, head coach. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Sanjit says, morning, good luck, MC. Michael, I thought we were about MCing. Good luck, Michael Carrick, fixing our midfield donut formation with the same midfield Ten Hag had minus Eriksen. 2 years with zero midfield investment. And Max says, do we 100% trust Ineos not to make him permanent? No, I don't 100% trust that at all. I don't trust anything they do. No.
Never, no chance.
Akin says, is it because Champions League gets him the job permanently? No, I think it's because we do have to get Europe. We have to get champion. Yeah, we can't not be in it 2 years in a row. Now, I agree when some people like even Europa, like let's just take steady steps. Like, you know, we go into Champions League, we get moved to it. But let's just be honest, the money, we gotta be back there. And Gnome says, seems like all we ever get are interim coaches. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on, brother. Back to interim again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, interim again. And as we were just discussing there, the seemingly the objectives, the targets for Michael Carrick have been set out. This was probably part of the interview process, one would think. The Athletic saying that Manchester United players were told that the Champions League is the aim when informed of Ruben Amorim's departure by Jason Wilcox. A challenge for Michael Carrick to achieve. Switching formations is not straightforward. Reportedly, Sir Alex Ferguson backed the appointment. Once again, continuing this, Ben Jacobs said that it was reported earlier this month, emphasized again of Michael Carrick's appointment, that the Manchester United board believe Champions League qualification is achievable and is the goal between now and the end of the season. Now, of course, Carrick and his coaching staff are at Carrington today. They are there. Jonathan Woodgate, Steve Holland, Johnny Evans, etc. are there taking training. Michael Carrick, speaking about his first day, was on the Inside Carrington podcast as part of his first interview as Manchester United boss. He said, quite a clear day in terms of focus. Really, what we want out of the next few days, what we want it to look like, what we want the end of the season to look like, how we want to move forward as a club. It's been a really, really good day. I've loved it, and it just gave me a lot of positivity. I did talk about his coaching staff as well. He spoke about Steve Holland, saying Steve's got an unbelievable wealth of experience, massive experience in Chelsea in terms of going through similar situations to this, change of manager and coach and dealing with that and keeping and staying successful, which is an interesting point, actually, because, again, he was there as part of the switchover from, you know, people to like Conte, and he was through multiple. He was there with Jose, Conte.
Yeah. Been there with Hiddink. AVB,
Yeah, a lot of
Timoteo.
different coaches.
Been
So
there
he
with
does.
loads.
He does. And to be fair, like I know I kind of jokingly said it at the end of yesterday's show, but I saw people do it a bit more seriously, going, "Oh, this is paves the way for
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate," because he came in, and I think that does a disservice to Steve
Ineos.
Holland, frankly. You know what I mean? Because Steve Holland's coaching career is actually very, very impressive. I know obviously people talk about the more recent stuff with Gareth Southgate and, you know, we're falling out with Ben White. But also this is someone that's won Premier Leagues, you know, with Chelsea and stuff like that. So he is a very a coach with a strong reputation. Of course, there goes Jonathan Woodgate as well. He says, Jonathan, I've known, and he's loyal. He's very knowledgeable. He's the perfect balance to me personally. I think that's important. You know, I don't want all the same. He challenges me, pushes me, and has done that for the last 3 years. And he'll keep doing that as well. A little bit of an interesting thing as well in this Athletic article that was written today, came up from, I think it's Mark Critchley that actually wrote it. Was sort of saying the reason maybe for why Solskjaer didn't get the job, which is quite curious. It says, sources close to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer believe he had the backing of Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada within Manchester United's sporting department, but less support from the club's owners, the Glazers and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Though United insist no one from the ownership challenged Wilcox's recommendation to appoint Michael Carrick, calling it a purely technical decision. There is also some kind of thought process that maybe, I saw Sky said, it was David Ornstein said this on Sky, said that Ollie viewed it as maybe a bit more of a long-term project, and
I bet
he saw it as getting the job permanently, you know, whereas Michael Carrick's very much under the impression that this is to the end of the season, and that's just it. I mean, I guess you never know, but that's kind of the crux of it. Which, if that is true, and look, you never know, if that is true, then they were right to go with Carrick, wouldn't they? That was well, personally, that was my concern with the Ollie stuff in the first place, is that it was angling for, you know, a longer term thing. And the problem at the moment is who do you get in on a permanent one? You can't really. The best people aren't available, a bit like transfers. So you get the best that you can right now, and then just, you know, go to the end of the season and go from there. and you don't go back to what you've done before in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and what have you.
The thing that didn't work.
Exactly. But, you know, as far as the demand of Champions League football, I'm going to put a poll in the chat in just a second. Do we think that is achievable? I suppose there's different questions here. Is it achievable? And do we think that Michael Carrick will do it? Do we think he can do it? I mean, those are the big questions, aren't they?
It's so hard. You know, currently looking at the table, if you just stick to that, we're 7th, 11 points with Newcastle. Where did they come from? Fucking hell, I didn't even realise that. Where did Newcastle come from? They were having an absolute stinker. But that just shows you how close it is, because now Chelsea are 8th and we're 1 point above them. It's just, you know, look at Brentford. Brentford and Newcastle are right there, but, you know, there's a point in it, you know. So I get that. It's attainable. It's right there. It's right there for whoever wants to go on a run of fixtures.
Is it attainable with United? That's the question, because, you know, Ruben Amorim, when part of the big thing of him, you know, deciding to get up and leaving was the pushback to Jason Wilcox and Ineos of, not only are you trying to interfere with my tactics, but also I'm telling you we need to sign people in January. We didn't get Antoine Semenyo, but we need people. We need players. And not only, I suppose, is it a question with Michael Carrick of can he do it? It's can he do it with what he's got right now? Because that looks like all he's going to have. I mean, we're halfway through the month nearly, right, already, and we are nowhere near doing any transfers whatsoever. I mean, it's not even on the radar right now, is it? And obviously, we know those bigger ones, those midfielders, your Andersons and your Whartons, Belabers, what have you. That's a summer thing, but are we just going to get? Is Michael Carrick going to be asked? Right, you got to get Champions League with nobody. Is that going to be possible, or is that the point they're making to Ruben Amorim? We think it's entirely possible. You know, work with what you've got. Well, what do we think?
Ineos will believe the squad's good enough. Ineos, they believe the squad's good enough, regardless of whether they broke up with Amorim and got pissed and, you know, I'm saying severed ties. They do believe that the squad's good enough. Now, the question is to us, that is that squad good enough to get Champions League football? Well, I could say it could be this season. I would say it could be this season. It could be. Obviously, you've got to change some characteristics. You've got to get more consistent, and this is me saying it from a negative point of view, where I know what these players are like and this, that, and the other, so I don't expect us to do it. But in terms of like, is it physically possible if they show a little bit? Could we get 5th place? Yeah, we could. But by the way that the league's going, where everybody's inconsistent, it's possible. But my prediction is the ones that are around us that have got better squads than us, I think they will show a little bit more consistency sooner than we do. I don't trust that we're going to show that level of consistency, so I don't think we'll get it. But in terms of looking at, you know, Brentford, Newcastle, Chelsea, like we're all going to be inconsistent. Newcastle United are inconsistent. We know that. They've got the Champions League to you know, they're pretty much out of the Carabao Cup now, losing 2-0. Yes, last night. So I can't see them winning 3-0 at the Etihad, or, you know, winning by a 3-goal margin. Can't see that. You can't. So then they'll be out of everything apart from the Champions League. If they go out of the Champions League early, they might knuckle down and say, right, you know what? We went out in the round of 16 of the Champions League, all steam ahead for getting in the Champions League again. Then we could be in trouble. I think Liverpool ain't great. There are a lot of games unbeaten now, but they still haven't clicked into gear. They're still quite inconsistent, but overall, they'll be better than us. And it's really the Brentford, Chelsea, Villa will be where they'll be fine. Top 3 will be fine. So it's Brentford, Newcastle, Chelsea. You'd imagine Brentford will probably fall off. Sunderland are still knocking about as well. People like Fulham, I just don't think they will put that run together. But for us to get it, it is possible. Like it is
that
possible.
Cluster there, isn't it? It's that cluster there. It's that. Yeah. It's that cluster there. I mean, I really don't know. I think it's possible. I do think that United have to. I think we have to get someone in January. I think we have to get one or two players. And I'm not saying like that's going to come in and just suddenly we're really, really good. That fixes us. I look at the issues that we've got from game to game, and you know, you can make certain tweaks, you can make certain adjustments that does a bit of patchwork on it. But like, for instance, we saw it in Darren Fletcher's 2 games, didn't we? That some of the issues that Ruben Amorim was having, they might manifest themselves slightly differently, but they're still kind of there.
You know, still the players. Make bad decisions, still, you know, missing chances.
You're still, and depending on what formation that Carrick goes with, now the suggestion is it's going to be 4-2-3-1. You're then looking at a very exposed midfield again and going, is that the question is it basically is it just going to be vibes enough to get us over the line effectively? You know, is that what it's going to be?
And it could be. It could be, you know, it could be in the sense that like it could be in the sense of, you look at that table there and everyone around in that run is very consistent. Look at Chelsea; they won a game in 5, right? They've just changed their manager. Whether they get a new manager bounce, we'll see. You know, Sunderland started the season great, but look at them; haven't won in 5. You look at Newcastle. To your point, Flex. Look what happens when you win 3 games in a row. I feel like the other week they were like 15th or something ridiculous. They were
now
like
they've won 3 games and they've flown up the table. Brentford are proving that if you win like 4 games out of 5, you're going to end up in 5th. So it's not impossible in the sense that if you can win a couple of games in a row, you will rocket up the table because it's very tight and it's very inconsistent. But we've only done it once this season when we've won like consecutive games, you know, or 3 games in a row, right? That's when we all got giddy because we thought Frank was going to get a haircut. We don't have the track record this season or just recently in general to suggest that we're going to go on a run. And at the moment, we've got next 2 fixtures are fucking brutal, aren't they? My worry is that we're going to play City at the weekend, then we're going to play Arsenal. And then after 2 negative results, Ineos is going to be like, we might need to get a play, you know, before the end of the month. And it's like, well, we're here today. We were here before the window opened, going, regardless of it's like Ruben or whoever, we do need a player or 2. And it's not going to be the top and the best player, but if you can go get a loan in, add an extra body into the midfield, if you can go get an extra name in, you know, that will help. That will help.
It will help, but we've actually just got to take it off the menu and remember who we're dealing with. look, there's briefings here that, from Mark Ogden and stuff. Michael Carrick will work with the squad he's inherited as Man United head coach, with the club having no plans to make new signings during this transfer window. Sources have said that United are aware of the need to bolster their midfield options, but with none of their leading targets available this month, the club will not make short-term signings to plug the gaps.
Well,
also, this bit here, sources say outgoings at United are very unlikely this month. Xerxes, Ugarte, and Kobe are all expected to remain at the club for this window. They've made this change and brought sacked the manager, brought Carrick in. They're not going to do it. They're going to hide behind the fact that they've had to do all of this, and they're going to bullshit their way to spending no money in this window when we were looking like we were going to spend money on Semenyo before he decided no, when we was all on the same hymn sheet with Ruben. It collapsed from there, and they're going to sell us down the river and say, Michael, you've got a full complement of players, bar one, you've got only one game a week. There's enough there. Go and do it. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. They ain't getting no one.
Do you know what makes me laugh though? And do you know what pisses me off with all that? Because like you're right, you see those articles from like Mark Ogden saying,
get no one.
Basically we're not going to get anyone. And when you realistically think about it, you go, look, chances are, as of today, probably not. That's why I say it worries me in 2 games' time. So it might be like, oh, we need to get a player in. But what pisses me off is then you then also still get these other articles which are clearly, you want to talk about spin. These other articles that are clearly just trying to sort of pour water on the fire and calm things down a little bit. When they go, yeah, but Flex, João Neves, they could go get João, Neves in January, maybe 20 million, and they're having a look, and he's open to leaving, and something else comes out, and they go, oh, maybe they'll go get him in January, and this is when you do go back to, you go, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Exactly. You're not getting no one.
No, you're not. And then you can when you see these articles and you can tell which bits have come from where. So like maybe that the majority of that article is like João Neves' agent going to pick a journalist, Jamie Jackson, going, oh, I'll tell you what, he's interested in Man United talks. And Jamie Jackson goes, all right, I'll fuck it, I'll write the article on that. And then they go to the club and they go, United, are you interested in João Neves? And then obviously Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves. And then, and then United will go, well, the market is very fluid. The market is very open. The market is, Ruben Neves is a good player. And we'll have a look. But, we've got long-term targets as well. You go, just say fucking no then. Just say no. Just say no. And actually, we're not going to get anyone in January, right? Instead of this, like, rubbishness.
But maybe this is the briefings that are coming out, though, on the same thing. That's what they are doing. They're telling us. Yeah. That there's 2 ways to look at the briefs. You can look at it as like smoke screen, and then like a little bit later you say, oh, we're looking. But I look at it like they're already like doing the thing of like, yeah, put it out there from now. Like, let them know we ain't getting no one. They've got no intention of getting anyone now. No intention. No. Like, all of this stuff with the manager has fucked it in terms of the January. It all started from Semenyo, I think. And like you say, Ruben thought that money would be redirected somewhere else. So there's a breakdown then. Because remember, even before this bullshit happened with Ruben, he came out in the press and was like, I've realized that to play what I want to play, I need money and time. And I'm not going to get that. So I'm going to have to change. Fucking guys never said that in 12 months before that. So we knew that the difference of opinion was starting to arise then. And then he came out and said, I expect the squad to be exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, Hetty came out when like we're not doing anything.
We're not getting anything.
He said like there's no talks of incomings, there's no talks of outgoings.
Exactly. Like, and this, as soon as the Semenyo thing wasn't a thing, this is what happened. It's not working. So before that, it was like I don't. Ruben said before, paraphrasing, I don't know what's going to happen. We tried to do some stuff, but Omar and Jason, they're working, and this. It was all sort of everyone doing their jobs to see what we can do. But for him to come out and offer 2 big lines, first one, I don't expect the squad to change numbers-wise. We're not getting anyone. The second one, I've realised, or I think it was the other way around. The first one was I need time and money and I ain't going to get that. And then the second one was I expect the squad to remain the same. And then the third one was people need to do their jobs. They can't be scared of Gary Neville, sacked. So the order of ceremony was there. So in terms of us thinking now that they're going to mess up, have to pay Ruben £9.5 million, get Carrick in, pay him what he has to pay, the backroom staff, and then fucking try and bring in players and let players go and do all of this. They're not competent enough to do that. Do you know what competent people would do even if there's a mistake? Is at the same time as fucking getting a new manager, who's an interim, they'd still be working on transfers because the squad needs to be doing. KG was talking about this last night, saying you've promised to do this. Also, Jason Wilcox in his statement last night about Carrick said, we will continue, because we were stuck on this one, we will continue to build this club towards sustained success or something like that. And me and KG was like, continue. Continue is insinuating that you was already doing it. So you're just going to carry on. No, what you should put is, and I'm going to continue to meddle in the coach's business and tell him what to do. That's continuing. That's what you're going to continue to do. So, you know what I mean? Invisible says, stop it, Flex. It's not the Ruben Amorim crash out that caused the lack of signings. It's the lack of signings that caused the crash out. He could see that we're going to throw him under the bus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The lack of signings, he's come and realized that we're not going to spend. I've just laid out in three moments what happened. He came and the beginning, he was saying, we look at what we're going to do, this, that, and the other. Because I agree with you, Invisible Clouds, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're both right. The crash out from Ruben came from him understanding that you guys are not going to back me and give me money. And on top of that, Jason Wilcox, you're telling me change this, change that. Actually, fuck off. Then because of the crash out, obviously, they expected him to probably just shut up and get on with it. They didn't think he would do that. And obviously, you think, why would you not think he's going to go mad? You promised him players. You promised him he can work how he wants to work. And now you're telling him he can't. So then the crash out happens and they had to sack him. So what I'm saying is the same thing as what you're saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's, yeah, you actually make a good point there. I think that the thought process from Ineos was, look, we'll say to Ruben, he's got to deal with what he's got, and he's not going to kick up too much of a fuss. You know, he's done shit for the last year, so you know he must realize he's lucky. He's not going to say nothing. And then Ruben said something, and this is why I wasn't in favor of sacking Ruben in January or now. It was an end of the season thing, because look what's happened over the last basically this whole January month so far. We've barely spoken about transfers once because it's not been about that, has it? You know what I mean? It's been about Ruben's gone and Darren Fletcher and now Michael Carrick and this, that, and the other. And it has just been a big distraction from whether Ruben was here or not, which was, you know what I mean? We need to add something to this squad, to this team. Not saying necessarily it was going to be those big name targets that we're looking for in the summer, but you need to do something, particularly at a time where players are going to be going to other teams, and other teams in and around us are going to be investing because they're thinking the same thing as us. Going, tell you what, Champions League is open. It's open for us this season. Let's see if we can find some people. Let's see if we can bring some people through the door and support our effort. And yeah, it's just, and that's once again, it's just that's the same. That is right from the Glazers' handbook, isn't it? Of well, you know, interim and. We don't want to sort of bring in players for a coach that's not going to be here. And, well, let's get to the summer and let's get to Champions League. Then we'll spend. And you go, well, no, like this is your chance. And really, with some of the football that we have played this season, you know, and some of the results that we've had this season, we shouldn't even really be in the conversation, you know, for this kind of, you know, I'd say puffing our chest out, but going, well, Champions League, it's not impossible. And yet here we are. Now, as far as why would Michael Carrick accept that? Because you might say that, or why would Michael Carrick accept those conditions? It's because it's a win-win for him, isn't it? Really, in the sense that, yeah, he was a sacked Middlesbrough manager, formerly assistant manager at Man United. At this stage in his career, should he be the Manchester United head coach? No. But if he pulls it off, look, Ruud van Nistelrooy managed Manchester United for 4 games last season and managed to parlay that into a Premier League job. If Michael Carrick can come in and, you know, imagine he gets Champions League with United and he doesn't get the full-time job or anything like that, he can get a Premier League job next season. No issues about it at all. 100%. You know, not a problem at all. So, yeah, of course he would take it in that regard. And look, here's hoping he does well, because I don't know if you saw this stat. I saw this this morning, Flex. I woke up, and saw this, and I was very depressed. I'm not going to lie to you, right? It says here, in the 41 days between March 1st and April 10th, Manchester United will play 3 football matches. 3.
Fucking hell, mate.
3.
Why is that? Because there must be loads of FA Cup and
FA Cup, probably Champions League and all that kind of stuff. Maybe an international break. We'll play 3 matches in that space of time.
So the whole month of March.
in a usual season, we probably play like what, double minimum?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just very depressing, isn't it?
It's shit.
And
Exactly.
and the worst thing, and this kind of sums us up. So obviously, because we're out of the FA Cup, because we're out of the Carabao Cup, yesterday you get the whole, well, schedule's very much open for this sort of Saudi mid-season friendly, which can bank 10 million.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which could bank more
Yeah.
than what the FA Cup will in those sections. So they're looking at it going, oh, that's a financial win. And I personally, I think they'll do it because they'll take the money. But the sort of PR perspective on that one, if in the middle of the season they're doing a friendly in Saudi because they're already out of the cup competitions and it will make them more money, just think how horrible that looks. Just think how horrible that looks. Because that literally is finances over success. Best in class. The best in class has no possibility of winning a trophy because they were out on the first ask of both of them this season. They're not even in Europe to compete for a trophy. Instead, they're in Saudi playing for a payday because they're so bad on the pitch that actually from a competitive standpoint, they're not even competing. That is the state of Man United in 2026. How bad is that? How bad is that? I don't even know if that's worth the 10 million from the
exactly
from the damage that can do from you from a from a perception standpoint. That is horrible.
It's
absolutely
just how far we've
horrible.
Fallen. Yeah, it's how far we've fallen. Like it's so bad to see that. Like it's the lowest amount of games we've played. What is it since the war? And even then it was like
it's like 40 games.
The war. It's because the war happened why they had to stop. Even that was forced. So you can't make this up. Like it is like again, like I say, I was there in Bilbao thinking, well, it can't get worse than this. This is the ultimate low. You lose to Spurs, not only losing to them, but the manner we lost to them. That goal, that shit goal, didn't do anything else in the game. They cruised to just a pathetic 1-0 win on a limp, and you finish 15th. You go, well, in all my life as a Manchester United fan, I won't experience any new lows. I won't get lower than this. And we do. And maybe not by position yet, but being out of all the competitions already, not in one from the start because we finished 15th, out to the fucking League 2 opposition at the first round at the other one, out straight away at home when the manager's not even there anymore. They're supposed to show a little bit and give the fans something. Out again with a pathetic performance. Like, it's just rinse and repeat. Like just George says there, we could easily end up 15th again. And I know that sounds drastic and sounds like, nah, come on, don't be too negative. This is the problem. It's true. It's true. Because the league is actually so tight, it's easier to get to 15th. Like with a couple of bad results. We could be 15th for losing 2 games. If we lose against City, and Arsenal, which we don't know what to expect. So if we're just being pessimistic for a second, if we lose against them 2, we could be 12th, 13th, 14th. We could.
And again, Flex, think of this, right? You want to talk about the biggest sporting institutions in the world across all of these different sports, yeah? Pick like the best teams from any sport you can possibly think of, right? And use the example of like a Real Madrid. They just sacked the manager Xabi Alonso. And I get like, we haven't been like Real Madrid for a decade, blah, blah, blah. But would you ever see Real Madrid midway through a season, no chance of competing for La Liga? No chance. They're out. They weren't even in Europe to begin with.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen to begin with.
Out of their cup competitions, and they're like, right, well, then we'll go to Saudi mid-season just for a bit of a payday. Like, because it's not. That just says to me that it's Project 2028. Once again, it's a lie. It's a farce. It's not about sporting success, is it? Because if it was about sporting success, those people that are in charge of the sporting side of things at Manchester United would all be out of a job right now because they're massively underperforming, right? Even think of it from the Glazers don't care, right? But think from their perspective. They'll look at it going, look, we don't care because we just got given like billions of quid to be richer. But these guys came in and said, we'll completely revamp the sporting side of the club because we know what we're doing. We did it with cycling, so we know what we're doing. If you were sat there, you'd be like, these guys don't know shit.
You know what they're doing, yeah.
Even if you even just looked at it from a table, like all I do is pay attention to the table. I would look at it and go, Man United are worse. They're worse. And all of these people that have come in, Omar Barada and Jason Wilcox, and even these people that are doing this data and overhauling the data side of things or what have you, like, no, we're worse. We're worse off. And, and instead now we're going to do a mid-season friendly. Our schedule should never be available to do a mid-season friendly. That should never even be a conversation.
Mid-season, Man United.
The word mid-season friendly should never even be discussed for Manchester United. It should never even be brought up. Go, wow, that's impossible for us because our schedule's so busy. In the same way, like if you said to Man City over the last few years, I'm sure they'd love to do a mid-season friendly in Abu Dhabi, right? But their schedule won't permit for it because they're always playing. You know what I mean? They're always in these competitions. Man United, well, we'll do a couple. We'll do a couple. Yeah, how much are you willing to pay us? How much are you willing to pay us? Our schedule's open. Look at us between March and April. 6 weeks, we're only playing 3 times. That's probably fucking why Ruben did all so many interviews, right? Schedule's open. I haven't got any games. I'll do an interview. They probably said that to Carrick when he was doing the interview for the job. Hey, like half your time you're doing media interviews. You available? It's just, oh my God, honestly. Yet people want to defend them, going, well, Ineos, look, they're not going to come in and get everything perfect. I'd go for like a quarter of perfect at the moment, let alone than what we're getting. And after all that, you would think, Flex, they look at that schedule. Like when you open up your iPhone and usually on the calendar app, you see lots of dots. You know what I mean? You see lots of dots and you go, oh, tell you what, got a busy month here. They're opening up the calendar app. There's no dots.
It's blank,
no dots.
Bro.
Just an occasional dot on a Saturday and a Sunday. That's it. And the broadcasters, they're desperate still to get us on TV. We should be playing at 3 o'clock every Saturday, but they're desperate to get us on TV because I know we're only like available 40 times in the season. And yet they see that. They see that schedule being as blank as it is, going, there must be something wrong there. And the conclusion still is, we'll wait on transfers. We'll wait till the right time. We'll wait.
You just can't write this shit, man. Honestly, like that's what I mean. The level of incompetence is stopping me from getting behind any of what they're saying. Let's get your super chats out, people. Owen, you missed yesterday. Flex wanted Carrick to sign a 5-year contract after watching his first interview. Give him whatever he wants.
Did you,
Owen? Do you believe this, Owen?
I don't know what to believe anymore, Flex.
Do you believe this? Come on.
Absolutely not. Look.
Although KG did put in his book, we're not allowed to laugh and joke. So, book of accountability, we set some rules, and it was this: we're not allowed to say like give Carrick the job, but it went further than that because basically we're saying like, well, I was like, well, there's only so much we can do. Like the maximum we could do that would be like, oh my God, is like we finished second or something like that, or third. It's like because there's no cups to win. It's not even like you go Wembley and he's won a cup now. So there's that. The second thing was that you're not even allowed to joke. So, so I was like, oh, bro, we never beat Arsenal. Our record's so shit at Arsenal. Like, even as a joke, like, say we actually beat Arsenal with Carrick. Like, just go, oh, fucking hell, Carrick. Because you're not allowed to joke. We're not even allowed to mess about by saying it. And the third thing was...
What about Carrick getting the job? We're not allowed to joke.
And this is real. This is real, yeah.
And this is
the third
KG
thing, also,
the comedian.
Yeah, KG the comedian said this. Yeah, he's wrote it in the book. Yeah, and we all agreed on it. Everyone here agreed with it. Everyone was there. I agreed with it. I was like, yeah. No, I think I came up with the bit about even joking. I was like, because it's like, there's not even going to be anything to even say it about. Let's not even be able to say it like after like one good win, i.e. we win against Arsenal, which we've never done before. So you got to tell you what. No, we're not even allowed to do that. And then the third thing was, he does have to get the job if we win the league from this position.
If you won the league.
Because it's obviously impossible. But obviously that's the only way. That's the only way. So
So KG the comedian.
Yeah.
If we beat Arsenal at the Emirates, is not going to do give Carrick the job or anything like that.
No. Like even as a joke, like even the banter, like we said, like banter where obviously you're not being serious is against the rules.
He's not even going to do that.
No, you're not allowed.
And that was and you both agreed to that.
We both agreed to it, and everyone on the channel agreed to it as well. All you guys in the comments.
I didn't agree to that. I wasn't there. I didn't sign anything.
Yeah, not you. So that's why I'm bringing it to you now. So can you agree to that, please?
What I will say, in response to both of that, you are both completely full of shit.
I'm not.
I've never heard. I have
Why?
never heard the biggest bunch of bullshit in my life.
What do you mean? What, you think if I'm at the
Cage-
Emirates and we beat them, I'm going to say, I tell you what, man, got to give him the job. After 2 games, that'll be the second game.
Even
KG
without
won't do that.
joking. Even
KG
without joking.
Yes, the joke.
Even
no, but now we've said it,
what
I
I
wouldn't
mean.
do that. For, no, because it's
The
real life
biggest
consequences.
The biggest crock of shit I've ever
No,
heard
but
in
you
my
can't.
life.
If we lose to City and then beat Arsenal, I'm not going to say give him the job, am I?
Even as a joke.
As a joke, no, I wouldn't say that. Even
KG
if we
the
beat
comedian.
City and Arsenal, if we beat City and Arsenal, I'd do that. But I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it.
This is why when KG says these things and I go, that's not true, that's a lie, and he'll be like, no, it's not. And I go,
No, he's
I
being
know
serious.
you guys. I've known you guys for like 5 years now. Yeah, if we beat Arsenal, what were you saying the other day, Flex? What were you saying the other day? The other day you went, going to the Emirates every time. I always go there. We never win.
No,
we never do that or whatever. The whole time I've been doing content, never in the Premier League, not since 2018. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I saw you last year when Joshua Zirkzee put that penalty away. Yeah, you're going crazy inside
but we had a
UVHQ.
permanent manager. We had a permanent manager. Ruben was the manager.
You mean to tell me that if Michael Carrick does that, right? Not even on penalties, like actually, because that wasn't even like you know what I mean, a win, you know, in real time.
Yeah.
Like if Michael Carrick went there and win, top of the league Arsenal,
Yeah.
even as a joke, you would be like,
I won't say it.
"Oh, Carricky, give him to the end of the season."
No, I'll say, fuck,
Give
you
him-
know, I
give
didn't
him
expect
longer.
Carrick to. I would no, I won't say it, bro. I'm not gonna. I don't think you understand where I'm at with like.
I know that you would.
First of all, we're not going to beat Arsenal. No,
I know that you
wouldn't
do it seriously, but you would do it. You and KG would do it as a joke.
I won't do it. I won't do it as a joke. First of all, we ain't going to beat Arsenal away anyway. Okay. Secondly,
It's a bloody negative.
Secondly, if we do, like, what is it? 2 games after Carrick, and I'm going to be like, give him the job. No, I'm not going to do that.
Not seriously, but you said
even as a joke. Yeah, I won't say it as a joke. I'm not going to say it as a joke, bro.
All right.
I'm not.
And even I trust you more to not. Actually, do I trust you not to flip flop more than KG? What the fuck am I talking about?
What are you talking? What? People acting like I flip flop every day. KG said, I'm riding out with this manager now.
Flex.
After
There's a song.
KG's the song that you made it. What does that mean?
Got to change that lyric. He's gone.
Exactly. It's true. There's a song because you made it. You can make a song for KG as well. KG's a bigger flip flop than me. He literally said,
got a song for KG.
Get coins, they're worthless and silly.
Yeah, that's Kev Coins. That's Kev Coins. If you talk about the man, KG said by his own admission, he goes, yes, I'm going to be this emotional. I'm going to keep changing. And his is irrational. Like he was Amrim so angry, then he just made a decision and said, nope, I'm going back. I believe in this manager and I'm not changing. His thing was, I'm not changing. I don't care whatever happens.
I cannot believe, yeah, Flex, that the king of, you and KG, but you're both bad for flip-flopping, right? And even as a joke, we have fun here. We joke around. I just don't think there's any possibility you can say, I won't even joke about it.
I won't.
And even KG, like, you're more in control of your emotions than he is. Like, again, you know when you just go like, you know what I mean?
We're not going to
we're
do
all
it,
friends.
Bro. I believe
know,
KG. I believe it.
I know Mr. Gary. Yeah, I know Kevin Gary. Right? If we beat Arsenal, even as a joke, he would be. Of course, he would be. Of course. Even as a joke, even if he doesn't mean it.
He might, but I don't think he will.
And also, to answer your question earlier on, can we all agree to that as a channel? No, I refuse to agree to that as a channel.
So you're saying you will say it as a joke?
No, but I reserve the right to be able to.
Yeah, but you are then.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Well, you can't say that. You just said you want the right to. How are we supposed to believe that? How are we supposed to believe
nice
you?
to have the right to something. Just because I'm never going to do it, it's nice to have the right to it. It's like
No,
being invited to a party. No, I'm not going to go.
No.
I always say that. I always like to be.
Because you're
I always like to be invited to parties, even though I won't go.
But you're falling into the lies of Ineos. by doing that. You're falling
What-
for it. You're part of the problem.
What lies?
If you
What
do
lies?
this. The whole
Well,
reason why we're doing this is because it's like, no, we all agree. Carrick can't be getting this job. We need a proper manager.
Yeah.
We need Tuchel.
Yeah.
We need to. So you can't be messing about saying, "I'll give him the job." Like you're part of it then.
When did I say give him the job?
No, so there you go. So you know you're not going to say it. So just agree to it. You know you're not going to say it. So what's the problem? Why do you need
But
why do you need wiggle room to
was-
be able to say it if you want?
There was the
That's bad, guys, isn't
well,
it? He's
in-
trying to
in
say, "I
case-
want to be able to say
in
it."
case he wins the league, like you said. If he wins the league,
Yeah, but we've got something in place for that. We have an option for
like I
that.
said, I just like to be invited to things that I know I'm not going to go to.
Fuck.
Keep that metaphor.
Guys, remember that, guys, on the next UV meetup that we do with all you guys. Owen's, going to be invited, obviously, part of the channel, but he's got no intention of coming. So if you don't
I'd go
see
to
him,
that.
you
I'd
know
go
why.
to that. I've been to the meetups before. I've been to them. You know what I mean?
I don't understand what you're saying. How am I flipping this over to
Yeah,
Owen?
I agree. I agree.
Me and
Red Baron.
KG, in
I
front
agree.
of thousands of people, said last night, and we've made our bed where there's consequences if we don't do it. I've said to Owen, will you agree to this? And he's saying,
scared of
well, no, I
consequences.
can't promise that. Can't promise that I won't say it. Why don't you just agree to it then? Because you think you might say it. It's stupid. It's stupid. Well, this channel's so sensible that you can't believe there's something like that exists. That's just stupid. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. See, this is what you guys let him get away with. This type of
trying to.
This type
It's
of
stupid.
shit.
It is stupid. I think the chat will agree with me. It is stupid.
They agreed.
Look at already them two going like policing jokes as well. We won't even say it as a joke. When you will, and that was the point we're getting away from here. You said that you weren't even going to joke about it, and I'm saying that you will.
Do you know why, Owen? Because
you will.
This is the point of no return. This is how far the thing has gone with like Ineos / Carrick of like interim ex-manager getting a job. We can't go back there again. Like you said, don't go back. You said it, don't go back. So in light of making sure we don't go back, we're even banning joking about that. That's how serious we are about moving forward. And you're criticizing us for doing that. If anything, this is progress. The fact that we're banning even messing about.
No, I am.
Evolution,
I don't see any. I see no progress. I see no progress because I see two people that are lying to themselves.
Well, then by the end of the season, then when Carrick is
KG, your book of accountability, the book of accountability, KG, wipe your ass and then burn it. Okay.
Wow.
It's full of lies.
Mr. Darkside, and you're full of not committing. That is really bad from you. So lastly, before we move on, are you going to say that Carrick should get the job as a joke?
No.
Potentially.
It's not even that funny.
Right. So it's not that funny a joke and you're saying you're not going to say it. So can you just be part of what we're doing then? Can you just be a team player? Can you add yourself into
I'm not going to be part of what you're doing because I think you're going to go back on. You both
right. So you're right, and you're not going to go back on it. So can you just agree to doing that then? Because you're not going to go back on it. Everyone will believe you because you don't lie, and you're not flip flop. Yeah.
All right.
You won't joke.
Just so the chat's aware of what's going on. Just you can all see me being intimidated and bullied by the boss into sharing his opinion and going along with him. Welcome to the UV cult this morning, folks. Next,
guys, as you can see,
we'll be shaving our heads and getting tattoos.
Guys, as you can see, this is somebody who doesn't want to be part of something what we've all decided as a team. So big up to everybody who watched the show last night who also agreed. Owen does not want to be part of that. He wants to be separate. So just know that he has dissociated himself with us, the community, who have all made this decision together to go into the Red Book of Accountability. Owen is above that. He doesn't want to be part of it. So just know, guys, that's what this is. So when Owen's not part of it and he says it, he can't be held accountable. We can't bring it up to him because he didn't sign up to this. So when he does say joke so he's not part of it. He's not part of it. We agree. Mr. Darkside says, and we're going to remember this. What is this? Wednesday the 14th of January.
Oh, wait. We will remember this because it's written down in a silly book. And then, even as a joke, you'll be saying it. Even as a joke, you'll be saying it.
Doesn't this stink of like being condescending, guys? You stinky, silly book, you idiots.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It's silly. It's silly.
Owen starting TNA to leave. Yeah. Wow. Boo, Owen. Yeah. Don't be bullied, Owen. If you agree, get a penalty. If they mess up, you get your belt. No.
I like that.
No,
I like that.
Don't try and jump on now. No,
if you two, even as a joke, say Carrick, Carrick should get it, but I'm only joking. That's a WWE Championship on my shoulder. That's what it should be. Because you're not going to do it, right? You're not even going to joke. The rules have been established. You're not even going to do it. So you'd be willing to put your money where your mouth is. Same
guy say that the book is silly, and you're the same guy who invested into Kev coins and gave what coins you made up money. So your cutoff point is a book of accountability, not made up currency to place on players. All right.
First of all, Kev coins, by the definition of the name, is definitely not my idea. In fact, I laughed at Kev coins because it was how ridiculous it is. Remember when he came up with the coins thing? And I was like, what the hell are we doing? These are fake coins.
You laughed and then you placed them.
There's a song. Yeah. If I recall correctly, I was probably even bullied into doing that. Just go along with it.
Here's Owen, the guy who doesn't have a strong opinion, a strong mind.
Fake currency, a fake book, and fake truths. I'm not going to joke about Carrick getting it on a permanent. The chat knows you two.
This is the guy who goes at all the comments saying, you said this, you can't tell me this. One of the most strongest characters, strongest minds he's got. He's now being swayed and bullied and manipulated. Can you believe this shit? Can you believe this shit?
I think Flex knows he's wrong.
Honestly. Mr. Darkside said if they make him permanent, they're unserious. Simon, big up to you, says, not happy with lack of transfer activity in Jan. I don't even trust Ineos to take advantage of the SCR rules in the summer for a rebuild. Cleaning us out. Sanchez says, just logged and saw the video title. Not sure who is most stupid. The fans who think we can make Champions League or Carrick who thinks he can take us to Champions League. Terence Pace, big up to you, says, God help Michael Carrick because the hierarchy sure as shit won't. No, they won't. Anthony says, ChatGPT says Man United got more than 5% chance of top 4. That is, because the other side, more than 5% chance of top 4. 7th to 9th is 70%.
Isn't that less than?
Is it less than? But then that should be the other way around. I think the arrows are open. It should be the other way around if you meet. I think he does mean less than, but I think he's used the wrong.
Anthony is saying that it's less than 5% chance of getting top 4.
Yeah, which would mean those arrows need to be the other way around.
I don't think so.
No, greater than 5%. Oh, the other thing on the left is less than, because obviously the closed bit is less than, so it's pointing towards that.
If you can hear the dog barking in the background, it's first of all, it's not Asher. It's just, I think it's the demo dogs, because apparently we're in the upside down.
Correct. Reset my maths. Hated maths. So, yeah. Asher's going crazy. Yeah.
No, it's not Asher. She's asleep on the...
is that another dog?
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Asher, you're fine, aren't you? Asher. I said she only gets up for super chats.
Shit, where was we? Let's go back. But yeah, I thought that it was the wrong way around because I knew what he was saying, but I just thought he used the wrong symbol. United Love says, what is we go unbeaten in 16? Unbeaten with 16 draws. Finish 15.
Oh, God, could you imagine?
That would be the new thing. Unbeaten in 16. Haven't lost in 16 games of record. Yeah, 15 draws.
We'd find a way to argue about that, wouldn't we? Go, yeah, but look at that record. It's the record.
And during that time, we were passing the ball better as well. Them draws.
Yeah, we're passing the ball better. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Cobby's got better technique in that time. So,
Yeah.
IT General says, was Karras sacked by Borough? Yes, he was. Standards down for sure.
Did you see that as well? They were sort of saying these stats, and I'm sick of stats, but they've shown some of the positive stats from his time at Middlesbrough, and it was like, most shots in the league, highest XG, highest possession, something along those lines. And I thought, we've done stat. Asher, right? You've been called. Asher, you've been called.
You've been summoned. Oh, waking her up out of her sleep as well.
Yep. But you live a life of luxury, so let's not take the piss. There you go.
Asher. Oh, so I don't know who it is. Look, Asher is the dog.
She's
Asher.
she's a dog.
People are going, who? People are like, Asher? You
Yeah,
didn't know,
she's
you've
a
not
dog.
met Asher before.
She's now entering into, I think, like some kind of goth emo territory where she can't see. Her hair is over her eyes most of the time.
Yeah, there you go. See her eyes.
There you go. There you go.
Guy just staring at the camera. Dogs are so fun.
Camera trained.
She's sitting there. She's sitting there, just looking. Oh, bit of a yawn. Yeah.
Bit of a yawn.
Look
Yeah. There
around.
you go.
Yeah, because you just woke me up. Let's trying to let
Yeah.
her go back to sleep. Stop waking her up. Right, guys. We're at the end of the show. We've come to the end of the show. We didn't push for likes, so let's see how disgraceful you guys have been. 275. Fairly disgraceful. Let's get to 300 on the way out.
What do you think, Asher? Do you think KG and Flex will even jokingly say Carrick get the job on a permanent? Lick the microphone if you think yes. if you can see it, and aren't dogs colorblind or something like that as well? You know what I mean? If you can see it in black and white, it's obvious to see. Yeah. Grace, get all right.
Yeah, she's off.
Yeah,
she's off.
It was pointless.
She's gone. Legendary mullet cut. Asha just looks so over it. Her expression is hilarious. Yeah, there you go. Guys, big up, man. We will see what is in store. Michael Carrick's at the helm. There is training today. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably get all pictured up now. Ahmad back, Bruno back in training. Kara's first session. You know what I mean? It'll be Steve Holland clapping like that, pointing, saying, God, yeah, all of this, it'll be, you know.
There'll be like a 10-second video clip from training. It'll be like, intensity is really up.
Yeah. The boys are ready for Derby ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Determined Derby day. All that shit.
Yeah. Winning team, as the account says there.
Yeah, all of that stuff, man. So get ready for that little bit, and then we'll just scroll past it in rage, and then people go, did you see those videos? Did you see the propaganda? Did you see this? It was the same with Liam Rossigno when they put the videos out. Oh, look at him, he's doing too much. We shall see. So yeah, guys, have a blessed day, and we'll see you later on. Take care. Peace.